All right.
Do you know
Well,
what this is? Is this number 30?
22, 22.
22.
We just finished uh, a discussion on the conspiracy theories, but my point is, if you want to know who rules over you, just take a look at who are you not allowed to criticize.
That's very true. That's a good.
Just saying that I I started believing those conspiracy theories just to leave a timestamp in the mark. So in the future, if I look back one day, hey, this is the day I got woke, or this.
I mean, just as an acid test of what you just said, like who controls of it, like if you want to know who controls of you, look at who you cannot criticize. China and North Korea as a microcosm acid test for that saying is so true because you cannot
Yeah,
criticize, right? Is that correct?
that is very true.
From my knowledge, it's you're not allowed to criticize the leaders. Same with I think
Yeah,
the Middle East. So
the reason why I don't go so hard in China is not because I don't see anything. It's because if I criticize, this very podcast could be used as evidence against me to deny my entry into China next time I come around. And I'm not even joking.
I mean, is there much to criticize? It seems like China's making a lot of the right moves to I don't know, they're
The,
on the come up.
I believe there just as much to praise about, you know. But
Yeah.
y-
More so or lesser than the US?
uh pros and cons. It's like apple and orange.
Different pros and cons. Yeah, okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
Alright, dude, tell me where you are. Are you in an Airbnb right now? You're in a hotel? And what was with that photo shoot that you sent me? I wanna hear the story.
I think that was off the pot, maybe.
Off the okay.
Let's leave it for later if we have time.
Okay.
I want to dedicate the huge chunk of this to the AI stuff. I want to invite you on a journey of imaginations into the future of our human civilization.
Okay. I like it.
But you know the drill. Let me ask you a question.
Okay.
A black woman has 5 kids, all with the same name. So do you know how she tell them apart?
Last name.
Yeah. Oh, you got. She just called them by their last hair. Wow.
That's fucked up.
Okay, that doesn't count. You guessed the answer. Okay. Let me try again. So how does a binary person kill someone? Something they slash them.
They slash them.
Uh, okay. This one didn't hit as well as the last two, but let's keep going.
Racist shows are objectively funny. Um, it's kind of a shame that, like, the PC world has banned them. Like, they're objectively funny, dude.
I saw this
And
real. Yes, go ahead.
I feel like any group of friends that has different races in it crack racist jokes all the time, and it's like
They're the lead
they're
racist people, I
no,
think.
exactly. It's like, yeah,
Andrew Tate says, I have this friend, he's black, this friend's white. We're all extremely racist, but we have the most diverse friends group ever.
exactly. Which is the least racist it can be.
Yeah, for example, I sent you the intro music of the communism.
Yeah,
And and there should be a camera shot of your face. Why do I hear boss music?
uh, there's also there's that other like Asian stereotypical Asian music. I see it on Instagram all the
雪花飘到夜微风萧萧.
yeah, I love that.
Snowflakes are gonna offend it already.
Yeah,
Okay, AI.
yeah, AI.
So Paul Merlaki made this tweet, right? If proven that AI is better at academic teaching, so what are we gonna do with all those 3 million teachers in the USA?
I feel like it already is a better teacher. Dude, it's
Yeah.
improving so fast, and I don't think people because they essentially roll out updates, and if you're not following OpenAI on Twitter or like their whatever way they put out media, you miss that they're upgrading ChatGPT and the models all the time. Um, dude, I think it is already a better teacher than most teachers. The last week or 2 weeks, I've been. Have you messed around with deep research on ChatGPT?
I haven't. I have been using DeepSeek and Perplexity 3 V3 mostly.
Okay. do they have a deep re I don't the deep research function on ChatGPT is essentially you can ask it a question and it'll think for between 3 and 15 minutes, but it will look at scientific published like research papers and like go through hundreds of them and read them and like distill all the knowledge from them and then give you an answer. And I've been learning so much. I've been asking it questions about nutrition, the impact of sleep, like, and it's like it goes through hundreds and hundreds of papers and actually does a meta study of the studies. And it's like, it's something if you told a human to do it, it would take them months to do and
Hmm.
a basic question. So I think they're already better than teachers. They're already better than counselors. They're already better than therapists. They're already better than personal trainers. They're already better than nutritionists. They're already better than all these things. So, um, yeah, bro, it's so interesting. The, my overall view with AI. Have you watched much of Brian Johnson's longevity stuff?
I haven't, but I'm well aware of his existence.
Yeah. So his whole thing is that he sold Venmo for $800 million, made a few
Yeah,
$100 million himself,
yeah.
and he spent the next decade and a bit like trying to work out what is the biggest impact he can have on humanity in terms of there's that saying that Sean Puri and Sam Parro say it's like you make your nest egg and then you go and try and change the world.
You make your first nut, then you go on your noble mission.
Yes, yes. So that's exactly what Brian Johnson did. He made his nest egg, he made his nut, and now he went on his noble mission. And he works so much with, and he lives in Silicon Valley. He's like the quintessential Silicon Valley tech bro who would be on the cutting edge of AI, new technology, all of this stuff. And he like did a bunch of venture capital investments in different like brain things, AI things,
Yeah.
and the like overall conclusion, and I just finished reading his book. His overall conclusion is that AI is changing at such a rapid pace and improving at such an
Yeah.
incomprehensible rate that the best thing and best action any human can do is try and he calls it don't die. Like align everything in your life to don't die. And that pretty much means longevity maxing. So maxing out your health stats, like
Yeah, yeah,
not smoking, not drinking, buying a helmet, like not taking dangerous things because we can't model the future beyond 12 months anymore because AI is
yeah.
increasing so fast. So the best thing that we can do is get to that future because not only can we probably extend our lifespan in biology and all these different metrics, we also don't know the other crazy stuff. Like
Yes.
it's so incomprehensible. This part will be interesting because it's so incomprehensible what AI can bring and how
Mhm.
fast it can bring it that we're really just taking complete guesses.
I 100% agree with you. I know his whole background story and the blood transfusion, the nighttime elections counting,
Yeah.
all the crazy stuff. I know everything.
So
So,
really good at social media. So like
oh yes, yes, he is.
like he has really his message is actually quite normal and sound and boring. It's pretty much sleep enough per night, like optimize your sleep,
Yes.
whole foods, and exercise every day. But then he tries these experimental other things, but those are the things that grab headlines, like the transfusion blood,
Yes.
the erection testing. They're the things that people are like, whoa, this guy's crazy. But if you actually listen to what he's saying, they're very like boring, basic tenets. It's like eat
Yeah.
healthy, sleep well,
Sleep well
alcohol.
and exercise. Basically, those three are the 90% of the result already.
Yes, dude. So with you know how I'm doing the Instagram thing, like posting a reel every
Yeah.
day. I think I'm gonna take it more in a longevity direction because I think there's so much money there, and I think it's super interesting. And then I also think just morally, it's like if you can get more people interested in it, that's just a morally cool thing to do. Um, but in doing so, I've been using ChatGPT to go through all the things and see like
Mm.
what the
Yeah.
best levers you can do for longevity. Yeah. First thing is the most studied and replicated thing you can do is actually be on a calorie deficit. So if you are lean and you are eating less, that's like the number one thing you can do for longevity and health is be on a calorie deficit, which like
Uh-huh.
I bet like 90% of Western people are not. Um, because your body's either in rest and digest or like hunt mode. You want it to be in hub mode and is aging less. The second thing is sleep, like get sufficient sleep throughout the night. So yeah, two simple simple things. It's like eat healthy, on a calorie deficit, and sleep enough. And that's like you've covered like the majority of this biohacking stuff, which is, and it's like this is coming from studies. Also, okay, one final thing, because I'm noting out
Tell me.
these sleep studies. You know how I'm cutting down? When I was in Phuket with you, I was pretty fat.
Yeah.
And now I'm leaning down, getting quite a bit leaner. The most replicated thing in sleep studies and weight loss I've seen is if you even get 1 hour less sleep per night, like sleep deprivation, and they've repeated this test. So they literally get overweight people in, they put them on a calorie deficit, put them on the same training plan, give them the same food, and then they test them for multiple weeks. So like 3 weeks later, both, and the only difference they do is one is sleep deprived and the other group is not sleep deprived. At the end of the study, they've lost the same net amount of weight to their body, but in the group that was sleep deprived, 60% or more of the total weight loss came from lean muscle mass than fat than the group that got proper, like adequate sleep for their age group. So if you're losing weight and exercising and dieting and doing all the right things, but you're literally sleep depriving yourself by 1 hour per night, which is fuck all, that's nothing. You're losing more muscle than you are fat. Like you're losing 60% of the work you've done. Like all the hard stuff of trying to exercise and diet properly, you lose 60% of it because your sleep is 1 hour delayed. It's like, that's crazy.
That's pretty
Yeah.
intuitive. Whenever I finish hiking a mountain, the first thing is on the way back, I want to take a nap. Also, I've saw all those successful CEOs, investors. They say when I was in my 20s, I was go weeks for only getting 5 hours of sleep, and now I realize that's more brain damage that that nothing can compensate for. So, kids, if you want my suggestion, just go get enough sleep.
Yes, dude. And the like biggest things you can do is what you already do is not drink caffeine. Alcohol is also terrible for it.
Yeah.
But it's like, dude, sleep is like a meta skill. It increases everything. You put on muscle faster, you lose fat faster, like your body composition will naturally get better. It makes the like hedonistic part of your brain stop lighting up. It's like you'll make more money, you'll be more productive, you'll be more attractive,
Yes.
you'll improve your skin, your muscle mass will be better, your fat will be lower, and it's like you just have to improve your sleep, and like a million other things get better in your lives. It's like living life on hard versus easy mode, and it's like one of those meta skills that if you can get good at it, you get good at like your whole life gets better. It's interesting.
Jeff Bezos, with all the top scientists in his research team, he has reached the same conclusion as us. Sleep is important.
Really?
Yeah, I think so. I saw it in a random article.
I saw from Alex Hormozy, he said the number one thing that he has seen across like high performers at his level, so like billionaire, multi-$100 million per year, they all have their sleep locked down. It's like that's the most common thing. And it's like hearing that from Hormozy is super interesting. Because he's a no BS guy. If it's like
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
there's a hustle culture and it's like, yeah, just get shit done, do this, do that. If that was objectively true, Hormozy would say that and he would push that message, but he doesn't. So
So, go back to your account, IG. So, I looked at all your reels, and your best performer with the most likes is 120. Last time I checked, is the how much I spent in a day. Yeah, I still believe it comes down to value giving, right? People want something out of your video. Either they can plan their budget for their next trip from that reel, or getting fitness advice. So that's my point.
that's true. That's actually not the most. Dude, the most liked one was one wasn't even gonna post. So I've set myself like just post one reel per day. Some days I'm super busy and just have to like
Yeah.
yesterday's one, I was just super busy and I was like, I need to put together like 10 videos I have of Thailand and like just cut that reel up. The
哦，我这语音聊我无法录制啊，你稍等我一下，我这边还有点事。And also another point for making those shorts, like I couldn't stress this enough. One very important lesson I learned is you need to dumb it down. You need to use like Muppets. You need to use a cartoon. You need conversational, like fifth grade vocabulary. That's how you reach the most audiences. Yeah,
this this reel,
yeah.
no sound, minimal editing, has through 590 likes and 34,000 views. So that's my
Huh.
most viewed one. And I wasn't even gonna put it up because I was like, this reel is fucking terrible. Like, I don't know why that one randomly popped off. It was just, like, I was tired at the end of the day. I'd set myself a goal to do these things. And also, yeah, dude, the more I do the Instagram reel thing, the less clarity I get because I don't watch that kind of content. I don't understand why did that specific reel, I thought that was one of the worst reels, but it went, like, by far the highest impact. Unlike you, I think the more value that you give and like education, the better it is. And that's kind of where I want to take it. Is like you can give longevity things and be like, I'm locking in my sleep. This is 3 tips that I did to do it, and this is the changes it had on my body. Like that's way more interesting than what I did in the day. And like I don't know, dude, Instagram's weird, bro. And I
I
can't. Okay, I can't relate with the audience because I'm not a Instagram watcher. I don't watch that type of content, but and I don't want to build an audience of like
rolling
Thailand
his
entertainment. Yeah, like Thailand entertainment content.
street interview the hookers. Yeah, not that.
Yeah, it's weird. Bro, one thing I will say though is so I'm over 300 followers now, so it's tripled in maybe the last 10 days. The amount of DMs I get from girls is still like, and this is still on a very small scale. The hypothesis I said at the beginning, where we both said is probably the one of the highest leverage things you can do for dating, I think,
Yeah.
is I'm only like agreeing with that more as I go on. So yeah.
Okay. So here's my personal hypothesis for the IG algorithm. In the grand scheme of the billions of users, whether it's 100 likes or 1,000 likes, it's negligible. There are like zero, 9-digit points after zero. So if I'm the algorithm, I want the creators to create as much content as possible. So if I were them, I'll give the creator a little candy, a little treatment every once in a while, just keep them incentivized.
Yeah. So you think I agree. So the way I'm interpreting that is that all the reels that I've done, I still can't even take any actionable insights from them because there's such a low amount. And
Mhm.
maybe Instagram's just throwing me a bone with
Yeah,
a bit of like views and
exactly.
likes because it sees that I've been consistently posting. But the actual data you can gather from that, I agree with that. I think that's true.
Yeah.
I think you need to
What?
post at least 100 to be
Yeah.
able to look at it as a whole and be like, okay, these 10 were the best performing. What is the commonality between them? But until you get that, like, and that's 3 months worth of posting, dude, I 100% agree with that.
I strongly recommend this shorts creator called Jenna Hoyos. I'm not sure.
I've seen, dude, but here's the problem. She is complete entertainment brain rot, and that has no interest in my brain. Like, she
Yeah.
has good insight of like how to make shorts and make them like a continued attention
Yeah.
grabbing,
She
but her
she's
actual
going
like
the
can't stand.
yeah, I agree. She's doing like $1 McDonald's and bullshit like that. But yeah, I want to introduce you to her extremely scientific approach. She will label every single short. This one has my mother in it. This one has food in it. This has the dollar price in it. She label every single thing from how many minutes, and she's made hundreds of shorts, and she get a very good picture. For example,
Yeah,
if I include my mom in the short for 2 seconds, my retention is gonna go from 5 to 15%. She knows all those data, so albeit her content is foolish, she's not.
yes, 100% agree with that. Dude, I wish you were making short form content because, and we've spoken about this before, or content in general, because you understand the process and what you need to do, but you're just not actually doing it. And if you were doing it and we were discussing and like seeing different data points, it would be so interesting and would learn so much faster because that is in my eye of how to succeed in Instagram, you need to look at what other people on the come up are doing and then recreate that content in your like own style. And then yeah, you need to label like the more you can break down and exactly what you said that she does. Like when I do these captions in the middle, it increases retention by this, like and be as analytical as possible, the more success you will have. Bro, why don't you do it? Why didn't you commit to 1 reel per day and just try and grade? Like,
I'm already at the edge of like exhaustion. So every
what do
day,
you do?
every day 12 o'clock, I'm making like every day. I try to stick to a very strict or just try to visit as much things as possible. Every day I know when I need to check out, I was like, oh my God, I'm so tired. I just want to lay down. Yeah.
Bro, but
And
okay, here's the let me sales pitch it to you.
okay.
A, you'd be learning what I think is one of, if not
Most valuable.
most valuable skills. Two, if you do it behind your own personal brand, you're starting to put your personal brand. Three, completely removed from them. You're just documenting what you're doing during the day and the side slash adventures that you're going on. Um, like it's the perfect time in your life to be doing it because think about later, like you're probably gonna have a long term girl, you're gonna have kids.
That'll be easier actually if I had a girl. Because when I can introduce consistent characters with plots, that'll be better, I think.
Yeah, but you can introduce them as they come into your life. Um,
Yeah.
and dude, I'm running two Faces YouTube channels. I'm doing Crypto Nutshell. I'm doing Sydney Power, which is 2 workouts per day. I'm doing a strict diet. I'm drinking 4 liters of water. I'm doing all this shit and it's like you already take those videos and
Mhm.
like you need to film maybe 20% more. And then actually putting them together, you can bang out like a mid reel within like 20-30 minutes, and then on days that you have more energy and more time it'll take you like an hour 20, and then
Yeah.
like you're building the skill, you're documenting your life, building a personal brand, and it's like you have all the like knowledge behind it and like thesis understanding, but then actually applying it and executing it is a different muscle to grow, and I think you should do that.
Yeah, but for example, today I'm just gonna like stay here until noon or 1 o'clock, then go to the garden, trekking. Then at night I'm gonna join a band. It's every Tuesday, this bar, they offer like loads of free instruments and people from all different places. For the first time, we usually gonna jam, play something, and sing together. So that's
Dude,
my
dude,
itinerary.
that's like that's one in multiple millions of people would have a lifestyle like that. And even if that's a slower day for you, or you would perceive as like a less eventful day, you just build like 10 different things and then put it together.
Bro.
It's boring for you, but other people would be interested, and you'd also be interested in a year's time. You probably would not remember the day you're about to have, but then in a year's time, looking back, it'll probably bring you a smile when you watch it and you're like, damn, I remember that day. That was quite fun. That's when I played instrument
There,
when I was this part of the world.
there's this thing called the curse of knowledge. Basically, what you deem extremely boring and common to yourself is like incomprehensible to the other 99% of the people in this world. They find extremely
Exactly, bro.
entertaining.
Exactly. And you'll probably be thankful and think of it as not like I'm documenting my most exciting, fun day. Think about it. I'm improving the most valuable skill possible. Like you're doing three things. You're getting better at short form, you're learning short form, you're documenting your life, and you're also growing consistency. Because if you can commit to, I think consistency is the most important skill that you can learn to grow. And the only way you grow that is by committing to do one thing per day. So anyway, that's my sales pitch. You do you. I think you're in a
Yeah.
perfect period of your life to do something, and you've like, I know you upload different content on different platforms, but I don't think you've ever taken it seriously. So this is my push as a friend to be like, think about it.
I do appreciate it. But now, if whenever, let's say on a weekly base, I got extra energy left, I will make those critical thinking series video. I've made 140 of them. Basically, very critical thoughts into social phenomenon. I find those videos more timeless. They're still relevant many years or decades down the road. It's more of teaching people how to think instead of a video diary, if you can understand.
You can do both though. And my point B is that just the consistency is the importance of doing it.
It's very hard, yeah. Now, every day I feel like I'm extreme. I'm so busy. It's just like you. Like there's so many things to do. I look forward to every day. It's exhausting by the end as well.
Yeah. I know, bro. I know. It's the exact, and that's literally every single person alive. Like you cram your day with so many things, and then it was bad to take things away. But
When I was doing the research, remember like 2 weeks ago, I sent you multiple shorts accounts to study. So one of them is an African like bicycle repairer. He used very basic drills to fix very basic bicycles. Somehow millions of people are interested in it.
that's pretty interesting. That is interesting. I think, yeah, dude. So I'm not pretending that I'm some like all-knowing genius, but
Yeah.
I think we'd both agree that you either like that would probably be entertainment content. and entertainment content is very hard to relate to if you're not into that entertainment yourself. I think if you want to build a long-term account, it needs to be educational because, or something that you love doing that you'll probably do for the rest of your life. Because
Yeah.
I don't know, these lifestyle ones and the people like recording video diaries and doing their day, it's like in 5 years, are you still going to be making this shit? Whereas like if you're talking on, as you said, giving value or actionable advice or whatever,
Yeah.
you can still be doing that in 5 years if it's something you're interested in, if it's AI, if it's this, it's that.
That's why Casey Neistat burned out, and Ali Abdaal and Alex Hormozy are still giving educational advice.
Well,
I understand
yeah,
you.
that's a good memory. Exactly. Like, no shit on my body is entire.
And yeah, that vloggy content and lifestyle content, I don't think is a long-term play.
Also, David Dobrik, he burned out for like 3 years.
Exactly, Logan Paul, bro. And what Logan Paul, he drifted more into the, I don't know, if
Boxing,
educational,
WWE. Yeah.
but like impulsive is more of a educational, like a longer term way that you can produce content. So it's thinking long term as well. So yeah, I don't know. My mind with where I want to take my account, I've kind of grown it into this weird like lifestyle Thailand thing, which I want to not do. I want to I want to make it focus on longevity and then use it like if I
Very good point.
uploading tips because longevity is, and like longevity encompasses weight training, diet, sleep, like,
Infinite starts talking about.
and it's always going to be a part of my life. I'm always going to be doing it. And if I'm talking about it slash documenting it, then it's not only going to keep me more accountable. I think longevity gets only more popular over time.
I agree.
The people that are interested in it are not necessarily younger people, even though I think younger people will get more interested into it. It's more like the super rich, affluent, older people who have money to spend. So then when you have an audience of people interested in longevity,
Very good point.
sell them a high ticket product much better. So that's where my head is at. And it's like if you're doing like tips and stuff, that's much more like I think me and you understand that more. It's like, okay, the person watching this is actually improving their like this is a net positive. Whereas I'm looking at my content on like lifestyle and like video diary stuff, and I'm like, I don't understand the people that watch this or enjoy this.
Yeah.
So I can't improve it because I don't understand it. Whereas the like educational value giving, I can understand. So that's why I think I'll take it.
100%. You cannot sell them flight tickets or take a commission on the hotel. Take a commission on hotel referral, right? Hotel referral commission. That's stupid. But supplements, routine, yeah,
Yes, bro. Exactly. Supplement.
that's where the money's at.
How to like improve like longevity markers. You could do blood tests, like DNA tests, all this stuff. The only thing, and the reason I started this Instagram is his name is Alfie Gets Hard. He really started a lifestyle thing, and he is now making like $500,000 a month. Bam! What he is teaching is he's teaching other people how to grow their socials. So I think you can grow a big social with this entertainment, like day in the life, diary kind of stuff. But then it's interesting to actually make his money. He didn't sell. Like, what can you sell? Like you said, do you sell the flight ticket? How do you sell a lifestyle to someone? Like you can do low ticket training to look like the person, but his high ticket thing was teaching other people how to grow their audience like his. But yeah, anyway, the longevity thing I think is a more interesting split.
It's as hard as selling to the minimalism community.
Exactly, bro. Yeah, yeah, yeah. What do you sell? Well, yeah, that's such a great example.
I got you, bro. Okay, going back to another point. Make your first nut, then go on your noble mission. It's not the squirrel like hoarding for nut. Like it's make your first nut, then you get your mental clarity, then you go on noble mission. That's what it means. Did you get it?
Yeah, I get it. I get it.
Okay, thank you.
I don't know. I don't know if that works as well.
That's exactly what I meant.
I mean, it also applies and it does logically make sense.
Okay, but let's go back to AI stuff. We did a like 20-minute drift.
Yeah. Okay.
Uh,
What do you want to touch
so-
on specifically with AI?
Yeah, so fuck those 3 million teachers in USA. I hate them anyway. I think screw them. Like use AI so each kid can learn whatever they want at whatever pace they want.
100%. And I think objectively they'll be better because human teachers are always going to have their biases intact. I imagine they always lean liberal, whereas AI, you could argue it leans liberal, but less so than humans who are always going to have human problems.
Say that again.
Humans are always going to have human biases and like influences on the way they teach, whereas AI, you could argue that it has like
Yeah,
liberal
yeah.
biases, but I would argue it's less than humans would ever have.
So the second thing I want to talk about is information seeking. Now, I still believe it's a huge inefficiency. For example, there's this app called the Red Note. Basically, it's a like travel app. You find buddies. Like there are people going around country different directions, leaving different time, using electric or gas, or traveling fast or slow. And now I need to read through every single post to find a travel mate, to because I cannot drive 10 hours a day, right? And it's better to have someone to split the highway toll, to split the hotel, and eat together. Also, if I want to find a condo for short term for subletting on Facebook group, I need to read through every single thing. Whereas those are the very good typical things that AI is good at, sorting information. I need to be connected to my uh transaction, the other party of the transaction, very easily through the infiltration of the information through AI. Sorry, that's my rant.
No, no, that makes sense. And I think AI is almost there. It's the I haven't been able to use it, but I've seen it demoed online. The operator thing where you can be like, you can give AI an instruction. So you could say, I need to find a travel mate in this specific forum. Can you go through here are the like characteristics I want them to have and where I'm traveling? I think that is like, it's probably already here, if not like a month away. Like that data seeking, I think, is essentially it or is.
I'm sure somewhere in the world there's a third person who consumes the same content, want the same thing in life, and all three of us have left enough digital footprint in this world, but we haven't find each other yet.
Wow, dude, that would be cool. AI, like the power of AI to find better friends slash relationships, like in the terms of like,
Yeah,
imagine AI used to improve your social and dating life. That would be cool.
it's a terrible to be limited to the geographical uh restrictions. There could be a European Eugene Curry, right? But we don't know his existence.
Exactly, bro. No, dude, not there could be. There 100% is one out there. We
Okay, yes,
have, there's just so many infinite people. It's like, how do you sort that?
very true.
Dude, that's cool. That's cool. That is so cool, dude. That's where like dating and stuff goes. It's like you sign on to a friend website. It's like reads all of your online activity. Yeah, maybe it interviews you, and then it's like, okay, here are the people that are close, like closest values to you that you'll match with. Same with like dating. I think dating would be, dude. That's the thing that probably overthrows Tinder. They're probably working on it right now, but like
There are
AI will.
billions of people. Like you cannot comprehend. Like if you look at the billions, you don't understand the number. But yeah, go ahead.
Bro, imagine what you're talking about information inefficiency. And I'm just thinking here, imagine apps like Tinder, Hinge, Bumble, instead of your
They're down the drain,
the
bro. They're down the
right,
drain.
left or right.
You're so
Fuck
stupid.
that. Imagine being interviewed by an AI and learning all of your things, the things you find attractive, and then it doing that for the opposite sex.
Like the Black Mirror episode.
And being like, yeah, and giving you like 10 profile and being like, these are the people that closely match your life goals. You're this, you're this, you're this, you're this. And that skips a lot of the like shitty initial dating steps as well as the finding of each other. So
I believe my kids, not for once in his life, he'll go to speed dating or nomad meetup. All his friends
yeah.
are filtered first, then meet in person. I already have a very good understanding of who you are before I meet for your date or for friend ham.
Good. Yeah. And you know, like for a fact that when you there, they're going to be aligned with you and you're just gonna like naturally gel.
Yes.
So powerful. That's cool. That is cool.
Like now we're just bouncing off each other. Imagine there's a clan of us. Like imagine the mountains we could move.
Exactly, bro. And imagine the better relationships and partners you could have if like all of that initial stuff was because dating is so geographically locked and you're so like imagine all the different things that have to go into like dude, people will probably look back after this is solved via AI and be like, it's so barbaric that people just like,
yeah.
like you randomly run into someone and you're like, oh, well, you're geographically close to me and you're kind of similar to me. So let's be friends. Or someone of the opposite sex, you're like, oh, yeah, you're like kind of like me, but not really. But like, there's not that many other people in my demographic that are single in this area. So like, we're a pretty bad mismatch, but it's like, it's the only option available. So might as well just put up with it. Like, that will seem so barbaric.
Our kids will look at us like how we look at a family arranged marriage. That's how drastic.
Yeah, bro. Yeah. 100%. I think it'll be even more drastic than that. It'll be like, we'll look back on, and it will happen faster. Like people in 50 years will look back on now. Oh, dude, who knows? Who knows? It'll be like us looking back on cavemen. That will probably be in like 50 years' time looking back now.
Yeah. Speaking of the community, have you seen that Bob House? Do you know who Sophie Rain?
Oh, yeah.
She cleared $50 million net last year. And Bob House is like the hype house, the creator house for OnlyFans creators. Yeah. This is a social phenomenon.
I mean, dude, it's like you can't knock the marketing, honestly.
But to be fair, all those hoes that are going jobless because the AI avatar girls.
That's true, but they've already cleared 50 million in a year.
Crazy, bro. That's fucking they way more than any quarterbacks. But probably not any, but majority of them.
Like, it's insane, dude.
Yeah.
Most sports.
Okay. Yeah. So next point with AI is AI doctor. That's very intuitive one, right? Because it reads things, it look at cases way more than any human could possibly. I'm going to go a layer deeper. I'll say the judges should be goddamn AI. The city governors should be the goddamn AI. Tinier cost, no corruption, no bias, right? Open source code for maximum transparency. People move to whichever AI governed state they believed in. Boom.
Yes, 100% agree. To touch on the doctor point, I took a photo of the x-ray I got of my shoulder to make sure it was okay. And the doctor at the thing was like, it's okay, but like maybe there's a problem here, blah, blah, blah. I uploaded it to ChatGPT and was like, is this okay? And it gave me a more comprehensive report of like what I should be seeing and what I shouldn't be seeing. And that's just like that's crazy, dude. So imagine like a specialized version of that. Like that's such a like low-hanging fruit is like read my blood test. This is my lifestyle factors. This is this, and it's like
Your
way
genetic
better than a doctor.
family
Yeah.
trees.
Dude, doctors are done, lawyers are done, everyone's done.
They have maximum patience, and you can tell them, hey, can you explain to me like I'm 5? I don't understand your vocabulary. Boom, easy.
Exactly, bro. Yes, 100%. Yes.
And so also AI will also replace the entire porn industry. Now what is it, like whatever billions it is, like all those production studios, they're going extinct, bro.
Why? Because of AI.
Because in the future, not only porn, but all the Netflix shows, all the main character will have my own face on it. I will be the main character, bro.
True, bro.
Tell me, is it not likely?
Dude, imagine watching a full
Hollywood star
Hollywood movie starring yourself.
exactly. That's my point, bro.
True. That's
Am I crazy? No, it's 100% coming into realization. Just like people now face swap themselves taking pictures with a celebrity, Photoshop. Like in the future, all the goddamn movie videos will be yourself.
true. Dude, it's like you go down these rabbit holes and it becomes very incomprehensible very fast because it's like you're not going to be able to trust any YouTube video, any Instagram post, any content online. It's going to be all AI generated. So it's like, what do people naturally move to?
And
Like they'll have to be verifiable.
I'll say, okay, here's the keyword: personalized movies. I'll be like Eugene. Me myself, I want to be a James Bond 009. Okay, I want to do a mission, let's say in Egypt, with a girl from Russia as my side chick. 100% generated video will be right there for you. Your own plot, your own character.
But then take it a step further and you AI generate the virtual reality version of that and you can actually live it POV and it's hyper realistic.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah. I did a lot of shock shower thoughts, like just imagination or something.
Yeah,
Yes.
keep spitballing them, dude.
Okay, before that, so what do you think of AI rapper apps? So a little more description if you need. So most people are oblivious about AI, right? So I'll say most of my friends have no idea. They only heard about ChatGPT, but they don't use it at work or anything. So GPT wrappers are examples are like Cal AI, Look Maxing,
Yeah.
AI Girlfriend, AI Riz Master, right? They're extremely profitable now. But these aren't technically tech companies. They're genius marketers because anybody can just open ChatGPT and give instructions to ChatGPT itself and achieve the same results, but they're paying $15 to this app. They're still very admirable marketers, but they're not tech companies. That's my point.
No, 100%, I agree. And yeah, I use ChatGPT essentially the way Cal AI does, and it's just a wrapper for ChatGPT. Like you can take a photo of what you want, it'll tell you the calories. Um, yeah, I think they eventually go to zero. Like there's an opportunity there if you can do that, like blitz scaling marketing.
Mhm.
I don't know. It seems like a short-sighted. I don't know though. Maybe they really flourish and get better because, as you said, so many people are oblivious. And how fast does that change? How fast do people realize that you can just do it all through ChatGPT? I don't know, but agree that it's just good marketing.
But I'll say marketing and distribution will still be relevant probably a decade down the road. No matter what
100%.
and engine LLM you have, those who can get the attention will still earn a huge chunk of profit, like those kids.
100%. 100%.
Okay, so the next point is I saw the next report, right? So the next wave of millionaires, they're not from white collars, they're not from finance, accounting, investment banks. No, they're from home construction, the electrician, the plumbers. What are your thoughts?
I don't know about that one. Like sells it because every job is going to get replaced besides the one that need mechanical like.
Yeah, in the in the short term, the white collar jobs, the office jobs are getting replaced first, which are already happening on a massive scale. But the robots, the Tesla bots, the Chinese dogs, robot dogs are not ready yet. So if I'm giving my cousins career advice, I'll say, um, going to those trades job. I'll say,
Because yeah, those robots are coming, and how much faster will they be sped up once AI gets to like a sufficiently good point? Like how fast can they speed up? Because they will be able to speed up production once intelligent enough AI is able to like once it is given authority to be able to produce things. I don't know. Like I understand the logic behind it, and the logic is sound, but it seems like a short term thing that is also going to get
It-
taken eventually as well.
yeah, but I'll say it's a 3 to 5 year window because eventually in the future, I'm just holding my phone under my sink. Hey, which tube is broken? Which equipment? Which stuff? Tiny part I need to buy online. Can you just order it for me on Amazon? Because now we all know the AI have visions already.
And or you'll take a photo and send it to an app like Uber and be like, "This is broken and needs to be fixed." And then a Tesla robot will show up to your door and come and fix it, like a Tesla,
Yeah.
a Tesla like plumber.
Okay. So next point is AI advertisement, right? The Google was $1 trillion company. Alphabet is thanks to its advertisement. Now nobody's searching on Google anymore. All those respectful guys on X, they're all using AI for research. So that begs the question: how is it monetized? And what's the new uh, what's that word? Ranking? What's the word for ranking? So SEO, as search engine optimization,
Yeah.
there will be equivalents for AI search results, and it'll be a huge gold mine.
Like I don't understand that one. How will there be
Do you know like there are
Variety of-
agencies make so much money from learning how to rank higher on Google because that's a very valuable skill. Imagine you figure out a way to list your clients companies in the search results. Of course, there might be a label says ad. Yeah,
what? So when you
because the
let's
new
say
funnel is the search.
using ChatGPT as a like you ask it, what's the best plumber near me, ranking high in that.
Yeah, and there will be like I think DeepSeek and Perplexity have already announced that they're going to introduce the ads. So if you can figure out what's the SEO for AI search, you can start an agency and make so much money.
I don't think that will be a thing because
Tell me.
I don't think because okay, the people programming these LLMs are so complicated and complex. The engineers that are doing the code don't fully understand the way in which they work. So I don't think an agency is going to be able to backwards engineer how to rank higher in a thing. If someone is like, what are the 10 best restaurants near me? There's going to be no way for it to like, it won't like, I think it's too complicated. Yeah. I don't know if that will be a thing.
You know, in Google search, there's like the outside link, the weight, you know,
Yeah,
how much
yeah.
media have publicized it, and all the tricks. And also there are physical traits like you can use 10 phones to Google Map direct to the same restaurant and drive all of those phones together. And Google will put heavier weight because more people are directing to a restaurant, and thus it will make you rank higher and make more money. There's tricks like this.
No, I know, I understand SEO and the things that go into it. I just, yeah. Maybe there will
There's
be a
a
way. I just don't see it happening for it. Yeah, dude, it's like unbelievably complicated. Unless you
Huh.
employ another AI to work out and back engineer the way an AI is ranking certain things on it. But yeah, that is not a business endeavor I think I would want to go after, is trying to back engineer and learn that.
If you're technical enough, I guess.
Yeah, yeah. But if you're technical enough, I reckon there's more lower hanging fruit with AI that you could do, opportunities than trying to back engineer how to rank higher in the whatever it spits out as an asset.
Okay. Oh, by the way, for I was looking at Jamie Tree. You're like only one of the last 10 videos probably crossed 10K views. What happened?
Um, it's doing okay right now. It's on. So last month we did, dude, crypto's just in the gutter. It did 13K in January. It did 11K in February. It'll probably do 10K this month. Like
Uh-huh.
when crypto died, like go on CoinMarketCap right now and you'll understand what happened to my views.
Bitcoin like stood 80 something, right? 80K.
Yeah. When crypto dies, less people want to watch videos about crypto, so things go down. And you know, Whitney Webb and those like conspiracy theorists, like will randomly pepper in those videos and they'll randomly pop off. When crypto dies, those videos will pop off and they save the channel. So like if you go back, there'll be a Whitney Webb video that's on 85,000 and it was uploaded 6 days ago. It's like that is where the bulk of the money comes from when crypto's down so much. So yeah, it's just crypto being down.
Got it.
So
All right, by the way,
our channel would do 70K views today, which equates to about $1,000 US. So
gotcha.
still doing okay.
So you're still going the same formula, same goals, and everything.
But the Faces channels are just spit out money at this point. They've been so consistent. I've tried to make them more. They've always spit out between 10 to 50K a month. I've tried to increase that. Like I've done spouts of like really focus on increasing that. They're like, in terms of money for work put in, they're like maximized at that point. And they don't interest me either. It's like I have enough money to support my lifestyle that I want to like, I don't know, learn other things, focus on other things. Right now, the big focus is just on my health and learning our Instagram and maybe growing something from that.
Are you starting another
Yeah,
Faceless?
I have one other Faceless. I think that's called Peter Stevenson, but I'm gonna stop uploading on that because you need to hit them at the right time. If Jamie Tree was popping off and getting a lot of views, because it's essentially doing similar style videos just with a different edit. There's not many views to go around in crypto, so paying $40 for an editor to make a video every day, it's just throwing away money until all the people are interested in watching those videos again. Does that make sense? So that has 640. It got monetized like 2 weeks ago. And I had been consistently uploading on it, but I'm going to stop that until views are back.
Got it. Send me the link later, and I'll take a look at it.
It's literally the exact same as Jamie Tree.
Okay. But then why don't you just publish more on Jamie Tree? Different
I've gone up to 4 uploads per day and it starts cannibalizing your own views. Trust me, I've tried to maximize the money made on Jamie Tree, and the sweet spot is 1 upload per day when views are low and 2 uploads per day when views are high. And there's like, it's a very niche like style of content.
Interesting.
Unless you want to start putting your face in it and like investing in editing and blah blah blah. But like honestly, I have no interest in Faceless. I think like the biggest positive that comes out of it is it's like a lifestyle business and I can pull money out of it and travel the world and do all this stuff. But it's like the net positive and impact it has on the world, I don't think is very high, nor is it like a skill that I'm interested in teaching other people. If I think of stuff like if I had, dude, my dream business right now would be essentially the crypto nutshell with more of a personal brand built around longevity, health stuff. and then like partnering with like Whoop, 8Sleep, I don't know, supplement companies, stuff like that. Because then when you're putting in work, you have this underlying motivation that what you're doing is improving the world and improving the health and fitness and and lifestyle of other people. Whereas the Faces videos I put out, it's like, yeah, people might invest in Bitcoin. It's like you can abstract a way of thinking like, yeah, this is a net positive, but it feels very soulless. Is
I have a quote for you.
not
That's gonna
anymore.
that's gonna take you probably a couple minutes to sink in, but hear me out. Creativity without business is victimization. Business without creativity is just dumb.
And that's what Jamie Tree and Faces channels have started to feel like. Business without creativity. There's no creativity going into them. Um, yeah, dude, let's say I was broke and I was still doing my 9 to 5 and I was stuck in Sydney and I had no way out, then yeah, Faces channels are the best thing. But they've like served their purpose in achieving like being able to escape from that. And now I have the freedom and flexibility to be able to work on something bigger. Anyway, that's
You got your first nut.
like that. Kind of, yeah. Like, it's not like we've had a big exit, but like between the Nutshell and my Faces channels, they cash flow. Like, it would be extremely hard for me to spend the amount of money that they cash flow each month, which gives me a huge amount of security and flexibility to be able to work on and like learn other things. And right now, what's taking my interest is getting my health in order, documenting it, and then putting it on Instagram and maybe building something around that. I think that would be so cool.
Do you think the the democratization of the AI generation videos will introduce way more competition into the faceless channel?
Faceless, yeah, faceless 100%. Or they'll just improve them massively. Voiceovers are already all AI, like stock footage behind them will probably be AI. So yeah, I think they get wiped out by AI. That's why I also think personal brand with your face behind it, where people know it's a real person, is more valuable. It's like AI proofing yourself. Bro, it'll be interesting. I'm saying all this stuff, and these are just like the beginning thoughts, and it'll be like when I first started posting on the Instagram, if this turns into something, it'll be interesting to look back on, say, like 6 months' time, if it turns into something, and be like, the beginnings of the idea was already there, and then it turned into this other thing. So that's what I'm kind of looking forward to.
All right, bro. I'm very excited to be watching you from afar at your second chapter of life. I really want to see how this exits.
Dude, yeah, what maybe it evolves into nothing, maybe it does. We'll see. Bro, and I want you to be working on something so we can like, I don't know, break down the things. Maybe the Instagram and short form content doesn't interest you as much as it does to me. But yeah. Dude, find something to be consistent on and improve on, and then I think that would be cool to like balance.
I'll say if I'm doing something unusual, in my opinion. For example, today I'm attending a photo shoot with 9 girls. What the inside of a model agency, I think, okay, that's a vlog worthy. I will do it. But other than that, my daily lives isn't kind of routine.
But that's a wrong that's a wrong way to be thinking about it. You need to be thinking about it. I'm improving my videoing skills. I'm improving my editing skills. I'm improving the way I'm talking in these. I'm improving the way that I write this. I'm improving of like, this is how I get more views, because whatever you end up doing in terms of business, making money, growing a personal brand, whatever, like those are all skills that will play into it. And if you practice it every day,
Yeah, right.
with their just being able to bounce ideas on each other will be cool.
With right copywriting, you can make anything extremely interesting. I saw this guy. He will start his shorts with, "This guy in front of him just scammed me," but later in the end, it's revealed that he offered him food without even asking him to pay in that reverse scam. But he just framed it in such a good way that everybody watched the 60-second video. So that's a clickbait. You guys
That's like a very good hook. Yeah, exactly. Like little skills, like learning proper hooks, this, that, I think are super valuable to be doing consistently every day. Dude, I only have 5 minutes left. I need to jump into work. Is there like one more topic you want to cover, or?
Yes, so the Drake content, the stake content reward, 20 cents per 1,000 views. Whoop on the platform. Thoughts on that? Stake.
Is that what they get to get
be
80,000 views?
I think so. So Jake, his new album, right? He went through the platform called Whoop.com, WHOB.
Drake did.
Yeah, Drake, when he released his new album, I think a week ago or something.
Wait, dude, what are you saying? He released it through Whoop, the like digital.
So the Whoop is the platform you can register. So to claim rewards for the views of the shorts you created using his songs as the background music.
So he did that, and do you know how much he pays for using his music?
I think let's say 3 to 500K, but the amount of billions of impressions, it's it's way more valuable compared to any other short of advertisement. Because even on Facebook, right, you have no idea about the conversions, but this you only get what you generate the views for, and you can always put a cap.
Yes, bro. And to bring this full circle, this is why learning to master short form content, it would be so valuable because of things like this. I think the video you sent me talking about this credit system, and I've seen it everywhere without knowing what it was. Like, dude, people that are really good at short form videos are making way higher CBMs because they're implementing the music in the background or a product placement or something. I think it is and will take share from Facebook marketing, meta marketing. So yeah.
I think people need to thank capitalism for this, because this is a very good example of the marketization of the video distribution, your voice, right? In the past, only TVs or movies or big news stations get these kind of privilege, but now you can sell as a regular creator.
Exactly, yeah. I mean, dude, imagine you're a independent publisher, like, and you're making music, and then you put $10,000 behind just getting more things out and what that could turn into.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's cool.
that's the best marketing money you can spend now. Oh, in my
I'd
opinion.
that.
So
Bro, I need a balance.
okay, I got more business stuff if you want to conclude on that, or we can
Okay, yeah.
leave for next time.
Hit me
So-
with a business thing.
So 2025, the new playbook is to get an audience either via inherently viral content or paid influencer marketing. Two decades ago, the Grant Cardone, Tony Robbins, right? They used the TV and tapes. 1 decade ago, Ty Lopez used Google and YouTube ads. 5 years ago, the dropshippers, the Amazon FBA, social media marketing agency. Now the TikTok shop, right? After the last pod, you said that you need to be a master at gaining attention.
Agreed. And bro, I just had this really weird thought as you were naming these things.
Yeah.
If you want to become a finance influencer, I feel like everyone kind of holds them in this slimy light, like Grant Cardone, Robert Kiyosaki, Ty Lopez. They're like, I don't want to say hated, but they have a much more mixed reaction from people as opposed to, I don't know how much you follow the like massive health influencers, but like Andrew Huberman, like he's fucking massive, and I'd say he has one of the most positive. Tim Ferriss kind of delves into like fitness, that thing. Becoming a like finance or like money making influencer, I think is like, it's very controversial and a lot of the times hated to a degree. Yeah, that's interesting. Because all those people you just named, I was like, there's kind of negative connotations related to all of these.
But again, the feminists, the liberals, the Democrats will hate anything anyway.
That's true.
You can never make them happy.
Yeah, that's true. But I don't think these health people do, which is interesting because like they could be like, oh, you're fat shaming, you're doing this, you're doing that. But like, I think, yeah, maybe the more positive method. Getting rich, I would say, is not universally a positive message, whereas being healthy is universally a positive message. Does that make sense? Like people could be like, you're being too materialistic, you're like valuing money over life, like blah blah blah. Anyway, I don't know where I'm going with that. They're just some thoughts that popped in my head when you named those specific influences.
Okay, I think that. Oh, by the way, so I think I do want to read something very insightful. I saw on Instagram you subscribe to this account. It's basically something like this. Some very insightful words.
Oh, yeah.
So I figured for every pod for the intro, I would read something like with dark humor, but in the end, you read something with a light wisdom, if you can call.
Light wisdom?
Yeah, IG, you
Dude,
subscribe to the account.
How cool's my background? I think that's a cool
Wow.
background.
Wow.
Anyway,
Wow, I like it.
what is that called? Dude, I open Instagram. That's Brian Johnson. I love this guy. I think he's so funny.
Oh my god.
He's such a funny dude. Oh no, dude, this was my favorite one. I made a reel out of it.
Okay,
A
hit
cat
me.
A cat that dreams of becoming a lion must lose its appetite for rats.
Okay, what a way to end the
Bro.
pod, bro. It was good.
I want to touch on that. I
Tell
think
me.
you can apply that to every aspect of your life. A cat that dreams of becoming a lion must lose its appetite for rats. For
What do you mean?
business, there's like low hanging fruit. For example, the Faces
Uh-huh.
YouTube channels, these like soulless things. If you want to have a bigger impact on life, you need to lose your appetite for these like quick money making things.
Ah, that's what
Linking it
meant.
back earlier in the podcast is like the ChatGPT rappers. I'd say they're like low hanging, like kind of soulless businesses because they're just rappers for something bigger. They're not having a bigger impact. There's that business sense. You could do it for
Ah.
friends. Like if you have a friend group and they're always dissing you and they're not actually really good friends and they don't like inspire you to become a better person, you need to lose your appetite for these rats to become a lion because you want an appetite for something bigger. Same with dating. If you are always chasing casual relationships and like low quality girls, you need to lose your appetite for these casual like fling kind of relationships. If you want something bigger, if you want, yeah. Anyway, that's how I interpret that quote. So
I like it. I think they mentioned on my first million, right? There are infinite things you can do to optimize your business. But have you take a look at the cap, right? The ceiling.
exactly, yeah, 100%, 100%.
Oh,
All right, bro.
Well said.
let's end
I
it
like the
there.
quote. I like the quote. I think we
That's
were
good.
getting to a better formula.
That was good.
So, yeah.
Yeah, we'll start with your dark humor joke and we'll finish with
Light wisdom.
so
We
good.
call.
some light
Yeah.
wisdom. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, bro.
that's
Enjoy
fine.
enjoy your photo shoot, and
Oh,
bro, think about
The-
vlogging your day, bro.
let me